Victoria, we are live. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And welcome to Victoria Olsina, my good friend from Argentina. But she speaks very good English, so don't run away just yet. It's a bit, well, maybe your avatar speaks better English. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate you coming on, Victoria. I've got you on for a very special reason. I don't normally do live streams with random guests, but I wanted to showcase obviously yourself and the custom GPTs and everything that you've been working hard and making in the background. But before we go into anything like that, can you just give people a quick introduction to who you are, what you've been doing in the last few years, and all that stuff?
Of course, thank you so much, Craig, for inviting me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here today and to make it to the guest list. I know that you don't bring in any randos. Until now, I might be any rando. And my name is Victoria. I'm from Argentina, as Craig said. I have been living in the UK for 10 years, actually. I'm a British citizen as well as from 2 months ago, the blue passport. And a little bit about my background. I have been working in marketing for almost 20 years, and in SEO, I think for 8. No, actually, since I arrived to the UK, for 10 years in SEO. My first job was at Barclays. I led the migration of barclays.co.uk, and a delight of a migration that only took 9 months in a corporate environment. And from there, I continued working with fintech companies, and then I moved to Web3 and crypto. And I have been in that niche for the last 5 or 6 years. And I have my own consultancy in SEO and AI marketing. In the last 2 to 3 years, I have been all in AI. And the first things that I started automating was SEO, because that's my main skill. And now I have automated absolutely everything at work and life, hobbies, absolutely everything. And the way that I started doing this was with custom GPTs. Now I use local tools like N8 and Make.com. But how I generally approach this is first with custom GPTs to have really strong prompts, and then move to automation if that's possible.
So you said something there that's piqued my interest. Now, we will go into the automation for what we do day to day in the marketing space, but you said that you're automating everything, hobbies and everything. I'm curious to know what else out with work you have automated using these tools. Like,
Yeah.
not work related though, something completely different.
Yeah. So I'm very good at presenting complaints. Because last year I traveled, and I think that 2 or 3 of my trips were a disaster. So I learned exactly what to say to get your money back. And then I trained a GPT that is called Karen GPT, so that instead of complaining, instead of spending time complaining, Karen GPT does it for me. So it quotes the right laws according, for example, the Consumer Act in the UK. It quotes aviation law. It tells you exactly, and it also makes it sound like you are really serious and you really know what you're talking about, which is something that I used to do manually, but now Karen GPT does it for me.
Interesting. Karen GPT. So you would go in there and just say, this, I'm not fucking happy about this here. And this goes away and just writes the whole thing professionally and, with an aggressive tone, if you like.
Yeah. So every GPT will ask you for certain parameters, certain information, right? So most of the time, when you complain over an email, or you tell Karen GPT what happened. So the way that Karen, actually, I can show you if you want,
Yeah, I'd love to see
Karen,
it. I'd love to
because
see it.
yeah, I brought it up, and yeah. So let me show you.
And
Um,
the reason I'm dying to see it is I am a moaner as well. I love moaning at people, so this might be one that I might actually grab from you.
yeah, of course. I can share it. This is public. This is not the ones that I sell or that I use for client. I just think that this is really useful. So let's say that we go from scratch here. That's why I have one of the commands, these shortcuts of turn my email into a complaint. So I could just throw copy or paste or send a PDF of my um, of all of the information that has already been exchanged, right? Because we want to do this as fast as possible. But if we want to just start from scratch, it will need certain information. So merchant, company name, industry, issue, what was promised, what was delivered, region, and evidence. Polite, assertive, firm, deadlines or urgency. And so yeah, from here I can go one by one. Or obviously I can use the voice command, which would be faster for this, or I can copy and paste again the email or any information that I have already of this case, so that Karen can write for me.
I love that. I absolutely love that. It's um, I do, like I say, I do a lot of fucking complaining. That would be perfect for
Mhm.
me. I'm just, the biggest problem I've got, Victoria, is I'm too fucking lazy to make the custom GPT. Like, what I like about you is you've just went away and made your life a whole lot easier by all the bullshit that you probably don't like to do on a repetitive basis. You've got it all figured out, which I absolutely love. But
I want to say that I'm not an insane person. Very important. No, I mean, I complain when people take me to the limit. Like, for example, last year, it's always generally when I travel. I told my girlfriend the other day, every time I have given you a surprise trip for your birthday, it has been an absolute disaster, right? So if you are going to surprise someone with a trip, you want it to work, right? Now, the trips that we have done, I remember we went to Malta with British Airways, British Airways holidays, and it was an absolute joke. I chose a hotel with spa and jacuzzi, didn't work. Um, so the hotel promised me a dinner to make it up, and then they didn't give me the dinner. Then the double decker bus didn't do the route that was announced on the on the brochure, and it rained. There was like a sort of monsoon. Everything was. I mean, the weather is no one's fault, but everything was terrible, right? So yeah, it took me to the limit, and I got all the money back except for the flight. So I left that with that birthday with more money on hand.
good strategy there. Um,
Yeah.
Something I see a lot. I don't know if it's bullshit or not, but I keep seeing people saying things like they save money on travel using ChatGPT to find them like the best deals and the best prices. Is that actually bullshit or is that true?
Well, I think that now with the agent, that when was the agent? Well, the agent was part of the most expensive tier up to 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I think that with the agent you can do a lot.
Mm,
And probably for travel, you can definitely exploit the what is it? Yeah, the options that are not so conventional, right? In your case, I know that you generally travel with British Airways because you have the points of the credit card, so maybe it might not work for you if you can only travel in one, right?
yeah.
But yeah, I haven't explored that. I among the dodgy things that I do besides that is the affiliates on Reddit. I think that this year I have saved like £2,000 on meal delivery services just for publishing coupons and doing the money robot thing on Reddit, which is, I don't know, it takes you 3 minutes. I have a GPT that does it, right? I have a GPT that writes my Reddit coupons, and then I just need to put the keyword, and that's it. And then that's the closest to saving money in travel, because that one I also have some travel affiliates.
Yeah. Nice.
Mm.
So what cool GPTs have you made? What saves you the most time? Like, you do a lot of things, you do marketing, but and we will talk about it later on. You've got GPTs that people can buy from you, but
Mhm.
what is the best GPT you've made? It could be big or small. What has, if you could only pick one that you can keep, what would be the one that you would keep?
It has to be two.
Two. Well, what two would you keep?
It has to be two. So a lot of people don't know that you can connect custom GPTs to APIs, right? And the two that I have used extensively at work, and that I use myself, and that have allowed any marketer that doesn't have an SEO background to do things in SEO, particularly content writers. I work a lot with content writers, and content writers don't like numbers, don't like graph, don't like Href, don't like SEMrush. So you can, if at some point you are not available or something like that, everything stops, because nobody can check a keyword. So I did one based on one of my dear friends, one of my favorite content writers. We work a lot. Lisa is her name. We work a lot together. And at some point, as freelancers, and at some point, she left to another company, and that company didn't want to pay for SEO. And she was like, how could I content writer write without SEO? Which is, yeah, exactly. Like, what are we doing if we're not writing with keywords in mind? And I say, okay, let me see if I can do something that helps you. And I connected the Keywords Everywhere API, which is the cheapest search volume API that is out there. I think I pay $72 a year, right?
A year?
It's $76 per month.
Jeez.
I mean, they sell the year, but it's $72. And I connected that API to a custom GPT. So now my friend can chat to the data instead of going into Href, SEMrush, or even the Keywords Everywhere interface. The GPT asks you for the keyword, the country, the currency for the PPC, for the CPC, sorry, intent, and that's it. Am I missing anything? And a language.
Yep.
So I can show you right now. We can do a very quick SEO and very quick keyword research
Go for it.
of anything, and also you can also do it backwards in the way that many times a client say, "Oh, I wrote this. What is the keyword? Oh, I wrote this. What is the keyword?" You can say, "Okay, I have this content. Look for the keyword."
Yeah.
So let me quickly show you. Let's share screen again. Yeah, this is probably, this one is the one that I would keep, but then I can show you to the other API that I have used it, and I do a lot of client work with this one. Let me show you. So the keyword research helper. Let's do this. So again, here we can start. No, not this one. We're going to show this after here it is. So we can start from scratch, or to find top keywords for an existing content, or start from a broad idea. Let's say that you wanted to, when we say a broad idea, let's say that you say, I want to find good Amazon product ideas for affiliate marketing for people which ADHD, because people will never pay attention ever again back, right? Attention is not coming back, privacy is not coming back. But you can do broad searches like that, like help me, this is my idea, help me find the keyword, rather than coming from something really structured.
Yep.
So let's go with something really structured, like let's see, we're gonna have primary keyword, search engine, and target country and currency, and the intent. So today, for example, I was working with a company that does AI photo culling. Now let's do AI photo editing, which will be less obscure. AI photo editing, US, USD, and let's do transactional landing page. And it will connect to the API, and that means that it's not hallucinating things, because if you tell normal ChatGPT to do it, it will say, "Oh, yeah, let me see what I can do," and it will bullshit you, right? But with it's like, come on, man, I have been using this for 2 years. I know when you lie. So, but this is pulling information directly from the API. So we have the top 10 competitors and top 10 keyword suggestions with CPC competition. And then it gives you a suggested title, suggested meta description, and it gives you like a structure for this page, which is pretty decent for these 15 seconds that this exercise lasted, right? Now, I can also take a client call, a discovery call, the transcript, put it here, and it will give me, and it will start building the keyword strategy. So this one is pretty powerful. I mean, really simple, and it was the first API I connected. So still probably my favorite one. And very, very useful. It's really useful.
I like that one. I'm just looking up the side there. What else have you got? I don't want. What else are you prepared to show? I don't want to say show me this, and you're like, nah, I'm not sure. I'm not sharing that one.
Yeah, I'm happy to share and to. I mean, everything that I have.
But
I have already shared everything, I think, but
I
yeah.
am big into YouTube, and I see
Yeah.
one there called Shorts SEO Optimizer.
Yes, exactly. So so this one is for my editor. I have an editor that does the shorts. So what will happen is the following. So this one works from the transcript. So if we have a transcript, give me 1 second. Let me go to the script, which is where we both edit the video. I mean, she's taking over because I can't. I do too many things mostly, and most of those things don't even make sense to anyone. Not even to myself, but video is something that I can that I don't like enough, so I'm leaving everything to this friend who is also from Argentina, and we went to uni together. So let me quickly take a script, this transcript, and what we do. Is it here? Where is the sorts? Let me see. Obviously, this example is in Spanish. Here it is. So let's see. Here we have the short, and what she will do. So my friend doesn't speak Spanish so well, English so well. So what she has to do once we have these shorts is come here and do the shorts copy. Sorry, copy, paste on this, and what this does is it does a title for YouTube, and sorry, this should do more. It's great that I'm showing it live. No, this one. Look, why are you not? I feel like when parents, when their children misbehave. So this one, what should do is, no, sorry, I know this is the old one. Give me 1 second, bear with me. I know what I'm doing. Don't doubt me. This one. So that one is the old version.
Right.
So this one does multi-channel, meaning that it will write for every platform. So let me show you this. And this is what I want, because the other one was only for YouTube, and then I need for Instagram, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn, Twitter, everything. So we pasted this, and we have the Twitter post, LinkedIn post. So this goes with the video of the short, right?
Yeah.
So Instagram, and this is ready to copy and paste into Opus AI, which is the software we use for the shorts. So here, he's doing everything for us. Maybe this would be useful for you as well. I mean, probably you have. Do you use any of these?
No.
Okay, you should.
No, I know.
I mean, you have teams. You have teams of people that do things, right?
Anatoly saying yo fuckers. I went in and said that on his live stream the other day. Yo fuckers.
You fuckers. Yeah, that's how I like people to call me.
Yeah.
So I mean, like micro tools, micro SaaS. Ultimately, these are micro SaaS, and you say before, I don't have the time. I train. These ones take me between 50, depending on the complexity, it takes me between 15 minutes to an hour. So, and most tasks take longer than that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But again,
So, yeah,
it's the repetitive nature of a lot of the tasks we do, where you're like,
yeah,
fuck doing that every day.
yeah. But also, if I have some, as I said before, my friend speaks English, but is not a copywriter. She's an editor. Now, this is an editor sitting in front of the transcript. Can she do the job with a GPT? Yeah. And that is the missing part of the job of cutting the video and posting it, putting on, using Opus to cut it, and scheduling on every tool, on every, not on every tool, on every channel, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, whatever. And the missing piece is the copy. So I cannot stop all of that process because my friend is not cannot do copywriting in English. So now this is pretty decent. I mean, it's not the best, but it's 80% there. It makes the job. So I can be 80% of anything. And that is 80% of anything. Nobody is that.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Now, I've got a deadly serious question.
Yeah.
On the side, you're also a comedian.
Yeah.
You do your gigs and all that in and around London and stuff like that. I'm curious, have you ever created a joke or an idea for a joke using ChatGPT? I'm just curious if you've actually ever done that.
So it's the hardest thing to replace, but it has gotten better and better and better. Now, I have more than 300 pages of material. Yeah. I don't remember if I have a joke for Mother's Day, Father's Day. I don't remember anything lately because everything that I do is AI assisted. So I'm just two arms that copy and paste. So I I think it's very good to find ideas in existing material, because comedy is a connection of ideas sometimes, and it makes you laugh because it's absurd or something like that. But it's connection of ideas, and what it does very well is to do the setup of the joke. The punchline not so much, but also comedy is an iterative um, exercise. Many times you hang out with a colleague and say, okay, can you review this? Let's talk about this. And your colleague will say, okay, have you ever thought tying this up to your other set that is about all of this, something else? Or have you ever thought about connecting this idea to this? This reminds me of this. So that second opinion, you can definitely do it with a GPT that has all of your material.
Yeah.
100%. So you're going to create in the iterative process. And again, it's probably the setup of jokes, 80%, I would say, it's good. Punchlines, not so much.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely, it's really worthy exercise. Also, besides stand-up comedy, you know that I have launched this satire character. I have a political satire character that is like, it looks like the Prime Minister of the UK. I cannot confirm or deny it's him. And every time that the Prime Minister gives a speech, this cartoon shows up and gives their version of the speech. For that exercise, ChatGPT is excellent. Why? Because if Keir Starmer, for example, yesterday, weekends in the UK have started to be really chaotic. So yesterday, there is a lot of controversy because the police detained a lot of people. I think there are 1,000 people for protesting for the war against Palestine, right? So that is a very timely piece of news, timely real. If I want to capitalize that, at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., I read I read the Guardian, and I start collecting ideas of what I want to say, and I start seeing what is the absurd, what is the hypocrisy. I write all of that in a document, and then I just send it to the GPT, which has done several of these already. We have done 6. I'm gonna start talking about like if I was those kind of people that have an imaginary partner, an imaginary friend called ChatGPT. So we have done already 6 or 7 together. I mostly use it for that. I stopped using it for normal comedy. I have a long chat that we only do that, and that at the beginning I would do 70%, and now I would say we are 50-50. Also very timely. Things that I might not know, connections that I might not know. Also, it does the research. It's like I have all of these ideas, but do the whole research of all of these political things that have happened, and let's write this 90-second script. So for that, it's excellent, 100%.
Amazing. There's a quick question here from Marco, not relating to your GPTs, but what advice would you give to those wanting to break the ice and have the courage to perform stand-up comedy? Because obviously you've done it. You go out there and perform all of the time, but I'm sure there's got to be, because you're quite a quiet person. Like I don't know if people, like, to me, you come across as quite a introvert person, and you then go on that stage and you're winning awards and doing all of this comedy stuff. So I'm sure you'd be a great person for Marco to give some advice on that. I might be wrong with that, but you look to me anytime we've met, I'm like, I, if I was to sit there genuinely, I'd be like, I don't know if I could see this woman going on a stage cracking jokes and like a stand-up comedian. You don't, like, when you're sat there, you don't come across as that. You're very quiet, but that may just be my interpretation. I may have not seen the real Victoria. The Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends on the environment, right? We generally are in environments that is like very SEO, very marketing stuff, right? Now, I think that if we met more like in a night environment, in a bar or in a conversation with friends, I think that would be. I would like to think I come across differently. Also, we are in a community, so some people might not know this, but Craig, probably you should know that Craig has a community, an SEO community, and everyone is a man, but me and the new woman Rebecca. So it's like a bit different. I love the community. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's not my usual scene, as you know. Now, for Marco, I think what helped me a lot was to do a comedy course. There are stand-up courses in many places. In London, there are many. I don't know where you're based, Marco, but in London, there are like 10 or 15 places where you can do the course. And the course is important because you're going to meet people to start going to your gigs with. It's really hard at the beginning to go on stage. At the beginning and 6 months in, it's a bit, oh, am I funny? Will people like me? So I think that you're going to meet a group of people besides the trainer, the teacher, which in my case I did it with Logan Murray in London at the Museum of Comedy. He is an excellent teacher, and he also has a book. I look like if I was trying to sell you something on Amazon affiliate, but the course is based on the book, and the thing is that you're going to meet people, and you have to have a crew to do this. That is it. You have to be ridiculous together, I think, at the beginning. But if you can do that, if you can learn to laugh off yourself, I think that is magic. And also because embarrassing things happen all the time. Today I was presenting an SEO strategy and I forgot to change the name of the client. You copy and paste. And it's like, oh, right, I'm presenting. It's like, will people notice that the slides have the name of someone else? And it's like, and I have to say, oh, by the way, yeah, I copy and paste it, and I didn't realize, but what can I do? And if you say that, you smile, it's not even a joke. You say, like, oh, I fuck it up. I think that people like you. It's like sort of a superpower if you can make people laugh. Not even with jokes. It could be an expression. It doesn't need to be verbal. But if you have that power of making people laugh, well, you win it over, I think.
Yeah, no, some great advice there. Hopefully it helps you, Marco. But we don't want to go into stand-up comedy too much. We want to go back on topic to the custom GPTs because we could do a whole nother session on stand-up comedy maybe another time. But yeah, we want to stick to the used to be in Malta now. This is Marco, now based in Tenerife. Not sure I can find comedy academies here. It's got to be someone. There's got to be someone.
Or start with the book.
Yeah.
Start with the book and then you go from there. In Barcelona, definitely there is comedy in English. Marco, I don't know if you speak English or Spanish or both. But in Barcelona, there is comedy house. So definitely, I think that they have courses there as well. Now, also, it is something that has helped you a lot, Craig, as well. To in conferences, people go to see you because you're different, you're funny, you course a lot, and yeah, that is a point of difference, right?
Yeah, I wanted to do the comedy training and stuff because it helps, with the public speaking and everything. I don't want to be a comedy stand-up comedian. I've decided that much, but I think being able to learn how you guys do it, everyone thinks you could just walk up and crack out a few shitty jokes. It's there's a lot more to it. And my trainer, or the person that I was working with was just like, Craig, no one needs to hear chapter and verse. Like, obviously, when I'm on stage, I'm trying to tell a story so that you understand what custom GPT I've made and why I've made it and all that. So you've got to be long-winded. Whereas what you do, short, sharp, and to the point and get to the punchline, you can't create a big, long fucking story. So I think it was very, very different for me, but it was very worthwhile as well because I think, one, obviously it adds that funny element to the speaking, but two, it sharpened up my actual public speaking as well. You don't need to tell people all of this background bullshit. Like, just show me the fucking GPT, show me the tool you used, show me what the fuck you're doing with it, and yeah, so you know, it was very worthwhile overall for me as well. So I would
Yeah,
highly
it's a good skill. It's a good skill to have, I think. Well, public speaking, and if you can be funny, improv. I mean, if you cannot do comedy, you can do improv, which is, again, I think that is an incredible skill. So whatever helps you to talk in the world, which apparently that's how you build a brand, you have to talk. Um,
I,
something like that.
I would also argue there's a lot of people that can talk, but see if you're not funny or engaging,
Oh,
you are fucked. You are
uh,
fucked. Um,
this is a reason why I don't go to SEO conferences, or to the most famous SEO conference, which is held in a seaside town in the UK. I'm not going to mention who. I have never been so bored in my entire life. And I think that public speakers should train to be entertaining. You don't need to be funny, but you need to be entertaining.
yeah.
In a way. Also, people cannot pay attention 30 seconds. I mean, like, and they're gonna listen to you talking for 20 minutes, an hour. No, unacceptable. So I remember the first time I went to this event. I'm not going to I'm not going to say who they are. They know who they are. It was really boring. It's like, I cannot sit, I cannot learn, because this is so boring. And it's like, as a speaker, I never want to be like that. I hope I'm not like that. So yeah, I think that's good. And after doing comedy, you don't get nervous with public speaking so much. You have slides. I mean,
Can't really go wrong.
you know, yeah. And also, if you want, I can show you my second most favorite GPT, which is also plugged into an API.
Let's do it.
Great. So also, I mean, I'm going to show you this second GPT, which is my second favorite. And also, what I'm going to do is a bit of orchestration, because because custom GPTs can talk one to the other. So what does it mean? That, for example, here, sorry, I'm not sharing.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not
Yeah.
sharing yet.
What is she doing?
I do that all the
So,
time.
yeah. So, for example, here, I can bring, I hope it works. So yeah, you can see that if I put the ad here,
Yep.
I can call any of my other GPTs. So one can talk to the other. And that is pretty important. I mean, you could copy and paste if you wanted to, but you can call them directly in the chat, and you have specialists doing different things that you call. It's like quoting someone's Slack, right? Now you can quote when you are on Slack with a team of people, and you say, okay, now I need the copy for this, and you call your content writer friend. I need the graphics for this, and you call the graphic designer. This is the same, but with robots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this one. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go back to my keyword research helper, and I'm going to do one more. As I said before, most of my clients are in crypto and Web3, so we're going to do one for crypto and Web3, and we're going to do Bitcoin loans, USD transactional page, and it's going to bring us the keyword research for this one. And we're going to use this in conjunction with the SEO content assistant, which connects to Neuron Writer. And for those who don't know what Neuron Writer is, it's very similar. It's the cheap version of Surfer SEO, right? It does correlation analysis. Therefore, it will let us structure the page and use all of the keywords that we need on the title, meta description, H1, FAQ, bodies, everything, right? Great. So here we see, let's say that my keyword is borrow against Bitcoin. This is exactly what my client does, borrow against Bitcoin. And I can call my SEO content assistant And I'm going to say, I need a content brief for Borrow Against Bitcoin. And I have to say English, is an English, US, and I need a project, which in this case, I'm going to do for this client that does crypto loans. And what this will do is to go to NeuroWriter, and it will start pulling all the data, right? Now, the same way that I have done this, I can tell the content team of that company to just go to the content, to the SEO content assistant, and do the brief yourself, right? Now we don't need an SEO person to do the brief. So NeuroWriter takes like 90 seconds to run the whole analysis. And the thing that I'm going to do after, you see, is being generated. So we have to wait 90 seconds. Now, something else that I think that for me was game changing was to start generating GPTs for clients, right? So we said that my client is this one that does Bitcoin loans, and this GPT knows everything about them. We have all of the persona documents, the website, the blog, everything is inside of this, and it has marketing instructions. So because it knows everything, it will be able to write content. Before, we needed a content writer that knows about Bitcoin loans. There is not a lot of people that want to learn about that. They should, because it's the future. But right now, not so many. So let's see if we can pull this query, and I'm going to show you how everything connects one to the other, right? So let's do, give me the recommendations. Also, as you can see, that is, remember when we quoted one and we quoted the second GPT, we can see that it's using it here. And hopefully it works. There is some suspense. In the meantime, we're going to go to NeuroWriter, which is my on-page tool of choice. And what you can see here is that under the Meso project, it has just created the query because it's connecting through API. Look, mom, no hands. So if it works, what it's going to do is going to show us, this. It's going to show us all of these keywords that we need to fit in the H1, in the H2, in everywhere. It left. So in the heading, all of the keywords for the body, all of the entities, all of these things, which is like, I think it would be really not very practical if I start writing about Bitcoin loans, borrow against Bitcoin, we said. So we will have to come here, or a writer has to come here and say, oh, right, do we tick these ones? Yes, let's go to the next one. Cool, let's go to the next one. And also, if the content writer has never used NeuroWriter, interfaces take a little bit of, it's a little bit of a learning curve to learn to use these, or Surfer SEO, or Href, or SEMrush. Now, if you give people these tools, they are just talking. So you don't need to be proficient at a software. I don't know. When I used to go to university, there was people that were very good at Photoshop, because you needed skill to make a shadow on Photoshop.
Yeah.
Now you just tell, okay, do a shadow. Ultimately, my idea, the execution of my idea now is not blocked by my technical skill. And now we have this content brief, which in SEO, we always do content briefs, just created automatically, right? So I think this is pretty good. Also, it's giving me the competitors examples. It's pretty good, guys. And now we're going to do the last, not the last thing. I have many tricks to show you, but we don't want the normal GPT to write this. We want the one that knows everything about the client to write this. So we can say, read the instructions, and write the landing page, including title and meta description. So it's searching their knowledge base. And now we have the page for this client. Now, as you can see here, it's using attribute, not attribute, this is a product that the client created, a stable coin. This is the true APR of these loans. And it's not generic anymore. People say, oh, ChatGPT is generic, it's robotic. Really? Well, why don't you train it and then you tell me? Like, this is far from being generic. It's talking exactly about the client. Here we have the CTAs as it was trained. And yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
2 minutes.
I think the mistake, like you said at the very start, just to reiterate, if you allow ChatGPT to spit out, it will bullshit you, but it's what the work you've done in the background to feed all of that information in about the client is the key component in that whole process. And if anyone's not happy or not sure about using ChatGPT, there's using ChatGPT and then there's using ChatGPT and APIs and everything else. You're using actual fucking data from Neuron Writer and all that kind of stuff as well. So the combination of everything is next level. And I think that's why people like you are being currently asked to do presentations on this stuff, because people are like, she's doing something slightly different here. She's figured it out. She's taken whatever hundreds of hours that you've taken to figure all of that out, which is more than most, because we're all lazy bastards in the SEO space.
It's true that in the SEO space we are lazy bastards. Before I continue talking, I wanted to show you that our content score, that the content has been imported. Again, look, mom, no hands. And that we are, so the top on Google is 45 score, and we're on 57. So, and this took us 10 minutes, all in all, less than that. So this is really powerful. I think that the true power comes with training of the custom GPT or whatever other platform you're using, and also with orchestration. Because I have just shown you 3 things. We did the keyword research, we structured the page with correlation analysis, and then we wrote it like the client because we had the client database. So it's not just one thing. It's this sort of assembly line of systems that a lot of us have. I mean, people in marketing and in SEO, a lot of us have worked in agencies, and a lot of us have our own processes on how to go about things. So all of those processes, well, put it in a line and see what you can, what AI can assist you with, and then what else you can automate, which is something that I showed you, that I showed in our group last time, is that all of this process that I have just done with custom GPTs, because it's so clear what comes after the other, I have also done the same thing on make.com, right? So on make.com, this process, instead of us iterating with the custom GPT, we can put it on the assembly line and it generates a blog post every 3 minutes. So I'm gonna quickly show this. I know it's not the main topic of this, but I think it helps to see the whole thing. So now we discuss. So this one from this spreadsheet content. Meso dashboard. So from here, we set the same parameters as before, the country, the engine, the language. And I have some client notes here as well. And it will do the same thing, but from a spreadsheet. So without us doing anything. And then it spits content that is pretty, it's pretty compelling. We're talking about Bitcoin tax, IRS. It also has a particular style that was trained on one of the writers of this company. So it's not dummy content. It's not dummy content anymore.
Yeah.
So if people, for the people that say, no, it cannot write like you, or it cannot, it's robotic, it doesn't do this, it doesn't do that. Well, learn enough as for it to be the final product, or 95% there. This still will go to a writer and they will review this. Yeah. But nobody wants to write these SEO blogs. Writers want to do something else. So here you see that it takes the spreadsheet, then it changes the status. That's why it says processing. And it comes to a new writer, it lists the project, it gets the query information, it does the analysis, and then it writes the SEO title, the meta description, the body, and it gives you it updates the final score and the link, and that's it. And we can have, and we can have 1,000 articles if we wanted to. So this is pretty powerful, but all of it starts with a custom GPT, like perfecting the prompt. Because if you're working for corporate clients, people want something that is readable.
Yeah.
That sounds okay. We're not gonna. Especially clients that have a content team, you're not gonna trick a content
No.
a content writer. So it at least has to be not horrible. So I would 100% tell people, try until you get it 80% there. 80% is a huge thing. If this is not 100% ready, okay, that's fine. But we got this in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Who can write that in 3 minutes? Nobody.
It's doing the heavy lifting part for you, which, like you say, no one wants to do that. It's tedious. It's horrible. So, like you say, try it, and if it works for you, happy days. If not, polish and refine it. But
yeah, try.
Yeah, I think that's what I like about yourself. You always try shit. Like, you take a little bit of knowledge and you fucking break it all up and twist it and try stuff, and I think that's the good, in our space. I think that's the big thing where the successful people do well. It's just people like you who go away and try and test and blow things up, and everyone else sits in the fence going, "Oh no, ChatGPT, you can't automate your content or whatever." And stuff like that. Of course, you can't just take it out of the box from ChatGPT and do that, of course. But with everything else you've got there, that's certainly not out of the box. So it's class, absolutely class.
Thank you.
But have you got anything else you want to share?
So I have shared. The big one, guys. Now I'm going to show you that I'm pretty smart. So I have a client that has. So from this is just a nice blogging automation. You can also create landing pages or whatever content type you want. But for a client in Australia, what we did was we gave it a bit more power. Now, what we can see here, don't be scared, but don't try it at home.
I was going to say, that scares me already. That is fucking massive.
So this is the same thing as before, in the way that it will take the spreadsheet from, it will take the keyword from a spreadsheet, goes to processing, pull the data from neural writer, and starts writing. Yeah. Now, because this is an e-commerce client, e-commerce generally have 3 content types. One is blog, one is product, and one is category, right? Now, in the case of this client, we have 2 types of categories because it's a retailer. One is a brand and one is the category. So brand could be Apple and MacBook, and category could be laptop, right? So they have both typologies. And this does something really similar. And let me show you the e-commerce dashboard. So here, what we can see is that if you choose the content type here, it will go to different branches. So the moment that it reads okay, if this is a product, it will go to product.
Yeah.
If this is a blog, it will go to blog, brand, and category. Now, this is a bit more powerful than the previous one because it imports all of the existing content to have more context, right?
Yeah.
So it will import the category, the product, the blog, and so it will know what it was done before. And it also has a compliance module because this client works in the health niche. They sell supplements like vegan supplements and stuff like that. And there are regulations. Who would have thought that health would have regulations? So you cannot say whatever. Now, all of the compliance, which is greenwashing regulations of Australia, is in this module, in this assistant module. So it will check and it will underline everything that you should be careful in saying, right? And then again, it comes here and it imports the score, and 95% of the times it had given a superior score, and then it gives you the spreadsheet, the document. Another reason why this looks scary is because this is client facing. So if something happens, the client has to know why there is an error. And errors tend to happen, timeout errors tend to happen after the OpenAI module. So every OpenAI module has an error, these two, right? So it will tell you that it timed out or something happened so that you don't have to guess. I don't do these kind of things for my own automations because I don't have to. I mean, I can go in and see what happened. But if it's a client and they are left with the spreadsheet and this automation, evidently they have to know. That's why it looks so scary. 4 branches, compliance, import module, and the error handler modules. That's why this looks like this. And this was complicated. It was really complicated, but it was done. It's on sale if you are an e-commerce client that needs a lot of power, that need, for example, this client had 600 categories, 6,000 products, and 3 storefronts. So this is impossible to be optimized manually. There's no way to do this. So this is probably the one that I'm proudest, and the one that I suffered the most.
How long, roughly, off the top of your head, do you think you spent trying to get that fucking thing to work?
It took, well, I log everything. So it took 90, almost 100 hours to do that.
Ooh.
Because first we did the GPT version. So we worked out all of the prompts in the custom GPT for each content type. We created the custom GPT that talks like the client and how it adapts to each content type, because you don't write blogs in the same way that you write a category page or a product. So that nuances, well, I never thought about those nuances until that moment. So yeah, that took almost 100 hours. But yeah, it was done and they are happy. And I am happy that it's over as well.
So the next question that I've got for you before we wrap up is, most people watching this now or later on, whenever they decide to watch it, they're going to look at this and go, "Fuck doing that." Um, what where can we take advantage of our templates, or how the fuck do I get my hands on this? Because that's the first thing I would do. I'd be like, I respect it and all of that, but I ain't sitting for fucking 100 hours. I can't physically sit for 100 hours. I'm not that type of person. But where can people get their hands on your stuff? Because you're obviously selling some of the amazing stuff that you've done, which I think is going to be music to a lot of people's ears.
Yeah, first of all, I'm gonna give you something for free. Guys, if you want the AI keyword research help GPT, you need the keyword everywhere subscription to this. But if you want this prompt, you can subscribe to my newsletter and you get it for free. And if you're too lazy as to type my name /newsletter, you can scan this QR code that is on screen. And if you want, be quick, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gone. And if you want to buy any of these automations, it's on my website. I did a webinar with Neuron Writer last week, so this is the only landing page I have. So if you go to AI marketing, Neuron Writer GPT, you're gonna find these automations for a really convenient price. I haven't included the e-commerce one here, but email me and I'll give you a good price. The rest, we have the Neuron Writer, the SEO content assistant one, the blog automation, and the bundle of both. And if you want the e-commerce one, just flick me an email. I know that you're going to find me if you really want to. So here is everything that I have to offer you.
That's a nice looking website as well.
Thank you. I launched it like 2 months ago, and I have been working on it on and off. It's a WordPress template, but I look like I know what I'm doing. Also, this is a comedy photo. I don't have photos from me doing serious things. So yeah, this is the new website. Go in, spend 45 seconds, browse different, click different links, and make my SEO ranking go up. So that's everything I have for you today. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and hopefully it's useful. And yeah, you are not gonna have to wait to spend 100 hours, but evidently, when you want to do it properly, even if you have all of the connections, it takes 1 hour to connect.
Yeah.
Just 1 hour to connect, because I had to do it with a client the other day. So it's very powerful, but it requires some prompting and some fine tuning, I would say. But you're gonna save 70 hours,
Yeah.
which is a lot of time.
That's a massive saving. So guys, go and get it. I will put the link below for anyone who's watching this later on to Victoria's website, and sign up for the newsletter and get the freebie as well. And hopefully you go on and share more of this stuff, Victoria, because like I say, genuinely very smart stuff. And I, for one, will be taking advantage of your 100 hours. Like the vulture that I am. I don't mind admitting it, but yeah, I'm a vulture. I'm always waiting to use someone's tools or prompts or something. So
yeah, if it had existed, I would have used. If a good SEO tool that allows you to train the brain like your client existed, I wouldn't have to do this.
yeah,
I did it because it wasn't available, right? And I mean, there is a lot of content, AI content writers out there, but none of them, for me, had corporate client quality. So I had to go and train it, because I do this every day. The same for that automation. Do you think I wanted to do that? No, I just say, oh, probably somebody has already invented this. Well, no, so I had to go and do it. But definitely, if somebody offered me that, I would buy it.
Yeah, for these kind of prices, it's a no-brainer, really. So yeah, and I might even take your comedy one from you as well if it's got any good jokes in there.
Well, but that has my knowledge base. Do you want to write jokes like Victoria Olsina? Do you want to be an Argentinian immigrant?
Nah, I think my jokes are better anyway. I've got
Probably. A lot of men would say, all men think that they are better than the female comedian in front of them. So don't worry.
But nah, I'm gonna have a play with making some custom GPTs myself, just for general day-to-day stuff. I like that moaning one, the one where you make complaints, because that is one of the first things I always do. So I need to train something to be me, just to complain on my behalf. I'm sick and tired of getting bullshitted around and passed from pillar to post. So
Yeah, we can. Well, that's a public one, so I'll send it to you. And also, if you want to put it on the YouTube description, I think that it would spread joy among people.
yeah, definitely. But
Great.
thank you again, Victoria, for taking the time to show this stuff. I am sure people will absolutely love it, and hopefully you get some people signing up to that newsletter and everything else as well. You deserve it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Craig. It's an absolute honor to be here and yeah, to be with you. And yeah, I have followed with you for many, many, many years. So it's great to be able to be here today. And yeah, I'm very thankful for all of this, for the community you put together, for all of the knowledge that you, for all of the free knowledge you have always put out there on the internet. And yeah, I think it's a good. I think it's a good way to end. Thank Craig for everything he has done for us.
No worries. Enjoy Dubai, Victoria, and I'll catch up with you